and they have to look good. They go out 1 second, please, 1 second as well. I have to look good. That's the boys as well, obviously. Passion of Italian people is women for the men, cars, art is interesting. The most special thing about Turin is the actual city itself, the way it was created, the way it's been built, and because of the weather they create all these wonderful arches. So you basically, no umbrella, but you can walk from one arch to another street, and also on the arches underneath there is a wonderful cafe, wonderful restaurant, you see beautiful shops. So basically you come out of the shop, go into the cafe, sit down, have your coffee, you're a little bit tired, then move along to another shop. So that's the beauty about Turin. It really is beautiful.
Tap once for yes, twice for no.
Bussa alla porta, una volta per sì e 2 volte per no.
Do you have a message for us?
Avete un messaggio per noi?
Show yourself now. If you are here, show yourself.
Vieni qua, fatti vedere.
Please use all of our energy now.
Usa la mia energia.
So hopefully, Stuart, that's going to come in handy tonight.
Hopefully, yeah. You'll have to rephrase that for me again because I couldn't quite hear it properly.
I'll write it out for you. All right. Well, look, have a great night tonight,
okay.
And have a good one. Okay. The investigation team.
Thank you very much.
There you go. Cheers, guys. They will be back on the show, of course, later on. Now, time to take a break. In the next part, we meet Paul Ross, who's going to be taking over the sofa in about 15 minutes' time. And, of course, our historian, Leslie Smith, is here as well. What will she be wearing tonight, I wonder? We'll find out in a few minutes. See you then.
I like to get the DVDs, look into it, go to the locations, take the DVD with us and watch the DVD before we actually go to the location ourselves.
Welcome back to Most Haunted Live from Turin. We're with you through until midnight tonight here on Living. And by the way, if you like more news, about Most Haunted Live, behind-the-scenes gossip and stories, join me on Living 2 for the next 4 nights at 8 o'clock. We'll have more chats with the team and so on. So I look forward to joining you tomorrow night from 8. Now, joining me right now on the sofa on Most Haunted Live tonight, night 1 from Turin, it's the host of the show taking over in this very spot in a few minutes' time, Paul Ross, and our historian, Leslie Smith.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you, Julian.
Yeah, good to see you. So first up, Leslie, what a lovely necklace.
Subtle. I felt coming to Italy, make a bit of an effort, fly the flag, blinding everybody out there in the lights.
Is there any
The hotel chandelier's missing one big chunk.
Is there any background to the necklace? Because there's normally some history to your clothes, you know.
Theft. No, no, I bought it especially for the show because I wanted to have a bit of a gleam on, yeah.
That's great. And of course you're going to be outside like with me for the rest of the evening. It's
Thank you.
Cold.
On the roof in Turin in this weather.
But you've never done a show under a helipad before, Leslie, so
no, it's the under it that's worrying me.
They're not going to land, I'm told, whilst we're on air.
I don't want anybody landing on me tonight, thanks very much.
Paul, great to see you. I mean, are you looking forward to the next 5 months?
I really am, because this is such a beautiful city. There are so many fascinating locations to come. Got a great new team member, our new medium and psychic artist, Brian Shepherd. Kieran's out with some new equipment. The sound guys have rigged stuff to get some new sound, so it's going to be a fantastic 5 nights.
Now, are you both new to Italy, or have you been before? What about you, Leslie?
Oh, I've been to northern Italy many times.
Right, and it has its own microclimate here, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Tell me, it's sunny here when it's raining everywhere else.
It's extraordinary, and the Alps have a great deal to do with it, I think.
Right, okay.
And I've been to the Amalfi Coast a lot, around Sorrento and Capri, and my honeymoon 4 years ago we went to Rapallo, which is on the Italian Riviera, which is beautiful. But Turin is astonishing because you've got the very ancient and the very modern side by side.
And Leslie, I mean, I'm sure you've been doing your research, beavering away. Don't give too much away right now,
No.
but what have you found?
I think you're going to find it's one of the most extraordinary places in terms of what we hope to find on the show, and I can tell you that we've been working, Kieran and I, quite closely in digging into the deepest, darkest archives I've ever been in. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Paul, I mean, we're saying it's Satan's city, but is it a myth? Is it a legend? What do you think?
Well, you do get an odd sense of this place because the architecture is so monumental, almost stark, compared to a lot of Italian cities. And there is something quite forbidding about it. I was out during the day today, lovely and sunshiny. As the sun started to set, you got just not a chill physically, you get this kind of mental chill.
Yeah, interesting. Now, Most Haunted Live wouldn't be Most Haunted Live without the fans. And over the next 5 nights, we're going to meet some of the fans. Let's meet a couple right now.
I'm Alison, I'm from here in West Yorkshire, I'm 45 and I work for the NHS. If you put the menus one at either side of the table, then everybody can sit down, can see what they're going to eat. I've watched Most Haunted for as far back as I can remember, really, and ever since then I've been an avid fan and watched every single episode, of course. Have we got enough? Place settings. I watch it with my friend Stuart.
Name's Stuart Collum, I'm school caretaker, 47 years old, but I look 21, and I'm from Leeds. As you can see, we've got a very extensive range of DVDs from Series 1 right up to the present Series 8, which is not here, it's at my house at the moment, because I'm analysing it.
Stuart and I do consider ourselves particularly avid fans of Most Haunted.
We like to get the DVDs, look into it, go to the locations, take the DVD with us, and watch the DVD before we actually go to the location ourselves.
One afternoon I decided that it would be a fantastic idea to draw a map and put all the Most Haunted locations on, roughly where they are, and then we can tick them off as and when we go to them. So we kind of came up with this idea. We've drawn a rough outline and we've drawn roughly where the locations are, and then we have a colour scheme so that we can see where we've been and where we haven't been and where we have to go again and what have you.
We like to just say, right, we'll go there, we'll spend Friday, Saturday night doing locations.
Even if we don't go to do a vigil ourselves, to just go to a location where the team have been and to just say, oh look, this is where they filmed so-and-so, and doesn't it look different off camera?
It is an expensive hobby, a very expensive hobby. Because you're looking at going to locations, you're looking at overnight stays, you're looking at transport costs, things like that. So it does work out as a lot of money, but if you pick something up at the end of it, it's going to be well worth it, isn't it?
And on the line is Alison. Hi, Alison.
Hello, Julian.
Hello.
Hello, Alison. How you doing?
Hello, everybody. Nice to speak to you again. Nice to see you all.
We all want to know when the holiday to yeah, when's the holiday to Turin booked?
Actually, next month.
No.
Wow.
I've decided it looks such a fantastic place, and there are so many lovely buildings and things. I really must come and see it.
It's great. Have you got the table all laid up?
Oh yes.
Ready for your do tonight?
Everything's organised, and I love the place where you're sitting now. Did you say it was called La Bola?
The bubble, the big old bubble right on top of the theatre building.
It looks fantastic, and helipad and everything. It looks so exciting. I can't wait.
Well, Alison, have a great night tonight, and it was a great film. Thanks for coming on the show, all right?
Thank you very much, and all the best to everybody. Have a great time.
Thank you. So that's Alison on the phone. The question we're asking everyone tonight, you two, is if you could communicate with a celebrity of the past, who would you like to link up to? Paul, what about you?
I think for me it would be, I'd love to meet Dickens and Shakespeare, but everybody say that. I'd love to meet H.G. Wells, who wrote things like The Time Machine and The Invisible Man, to see what he makes of the modern world that he predicted so closely. I'd love to meet him.
Good answer. Leslie, what about you?
Thora Hird.
Really?
Liberty bodice and a cup of tea. And when you see where I'm sitting, you'll understand the attraction.
Right, well, thank you, Leslie, and I'll be joining you outside in a few moments' time, all right? Nicole, but getting interactive, so that's brilliant. Don't forget, access all areas tomorrow night at 8 on Living 2. But for now, Paul, I'm going to hand the reins over to you for the rest of a very spooky evening.
Thank you, Julian. You've done a fantastic job so far, which will continue, of course. This is Most Haunted Live. If you just joined us, where have you been? You have missed one whole hour of scintillating, spooky entertainment. We are in Turin, in Italy, reputedly the most haunted city in the world, and it is also known as Satan's City. So tonight, Yvette Fielding and the team will be locking horns with Lucifer. They'll be taking on the devil in Satan's City. But before we reacquaint ourselves with Yvette and the gang, here is why we came to Italy, and Turin in particular.
Here in Turin, the city of the devil, the Most Haunted team will meet their biggest challenge ever, a face-to-face with Satan. On the surface, the city is an eclectic mix of ancient and modern, a busy and beautiful place which hides a not-so-secret identity. Often described as one of the most haunted cities on earth, it is known throughout the world as the City of the Devil, long associated with the black arts and satanic worship dating from the dawn of time. Perhaps then it's no coincidence that the Holy Shroud found its way to the city. It is claimed that the Knights Templar, legendary keepers of the Holy Grail, buried that hallowed artifact somewhere here. Two sacred elements that stand bulwark to the pervading influence of evil.